Hello there. Good morning. It is 9:02. Good morning to you. This is Bernaid Flanoy getting ready to paint this uh, beautiful, what is it? What is it called? Chapeau? I don't know. I think that's what the term in French. I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great week. Last week was Easter weekend. What did they say? Passover and Ramadan. I think a couple of things all transpired at the same place, same time. Well, we're painting here in just a moment. It's allergy time, just trying to get everything together. I'm about to send myself the invite. Not quite as prepared as I need to be, but we are up in here. Been in that studio, just kind of planning a few things, getting a few things ready. So as you get your supplies together, that is not a download yet, but if you go to thepaintedpose.com/download, the tulip download is there for you, as well as some others. So you could just sketch along. Um, and if you want me to, I'll invite you in if you feel like chatting a little bit. As they say, what do you call it? Chewing or something. All of these things that my grandmother would say, it just went straight out of my brain. So I am going to invite myself, and you would get an invitation. You give me your email, I would send you an invitation, just like what I'm about to accept here, so you know how this works. It's not too hard, not too crazy. And I am going to share this out as you grab your stuff. If you got crayons, great. Colored pencils, great. Just a old raggedy number 2 pencil with a little bit of lead on there and a little bit of copy paper. You can be very creative with very little. And that's what I teach my students. So let me pop over to Facebook. Let me share this out a little bit while you're getting your stuff. Let me see if I could put on. No, I'm not putting on any music because, see, then I end up in trouble with Facebook or YouTube. I don't know. I am hoping that eventually they will work it out, that if you're paying a subscription, I'm so sorry, these allergies are just, that you could just share without any penalty. I believe in the payment. Everything can't be uh, free all the time. Let me see about getting this light together. Trying to make sure that this one is well lit for you. Okay, let me. I, oh, I want to say it's like 3:48 or something like that. What is it on there? That's great. And then 20 seconds. Thank you so much. That's my willing worker back there. Bless his sweetheart. He is 18, y'all. 18. So I'm getting ready to share in my group. Let me share it in my story, share in my group. Y'all, like I said, these allergies are something else. Share via, more options. Okay, share to the group. Let me make sure I click the right group, because you don't want to get kicked out, for trying to spam in somebody's group. Please have the utmost respect. Don't get in there advertising or whatever if you don't have permission. But this is a group that I created. The Paint Party online pop-up shop is the business page for paint parties and art kits and my fun art. But paint party lovers, tips for new painters, that is my group that I started. So I want to make sure I'm there, y'all. Am I in the right group, y'all? Let me stop, because I do not want to go to the wrong group. Okay, so hopefully you have your things. Come on, let me share, y'all. Click. Okay, share. More options. Share to group. And paint part. Yep, I just wanted to double check because I never want to. I am live for part one. One elegant hat. All right, so let me hit enter there. Oh, Lord. Was he trying to mess? You know how the autocorrect is. Elegant hat. All right, let me post so they can check that out later. And if you're on the replay, you know how to fast forward past all of this foolishness right on to the good stuff. And I can't figure out, how do you do the playback speed on all the videos? Some videos I can do a playback where I can do double time, and then some won't allow me to do it. Okay. Some will not allow me to do it. Okay, I'm just double checking, making sure the comments are good. I shared it there. I am out of there. Let me exit out. And I already know it's on YouTube, and I am imagining it is on StreamYard. So I want to make sure my table is shaking here, that the camera is not on the table. There we go. Now, in case you don't know, and you may not, I am doing my first mini class. Bernade, you're on here all the time. I know it. I know it, y'all. I'm on here all the time, but I'm doing my first official ticketed mini class. Now I'm accepting my, this is TPP. Okay, where is my, there we go. Join me on StreamYard. Oh, thank you. All right, thank you. All right. There we go. All right. Invite. I'm now inside of StreamYard. That's my paint cam. So if I email you, you click on the invite, it's going to show you something like that. And then there's the enter the studio button at the bottom if you'd like to join me. Okay, so I'm going to enter the studio. Boop. And now, now this won't happen on yours. It happens on mine, guys, and I need to charge, and this is where I need to charge it. Oh, anyway, so this won't happen on yours. Oh, I forgot. Let me just put my cell phone here for just a moment until we don't want to make you dizzy. All right, now I can put this right here. And this, sometimes I like folks to see the behind the scenes. Now, all of this can be edited out, but I know I've got some folks that are afraid to go live. And my thing was never the fear, but it was, how do you do it? I've got my laptop. That's my main camera. And I have a Mac, old Mac. I think it'll be like 5 years old or something like that this year. It's been serving me well. I've got my Mac and I've got my cell phone. Okay, so Apple, Android. And they seem to talk nice. Oh God, please help me with this. With these, hold on, y'all. Hold on, and just mute myself for a moment. Oh, mercy. The show must go on. Now, one day I want to do one of the paint pours. I've got some paint pouring medium, and I know they sell paint that's all ready to go. They gave us a professional development, and we were able to just kind of be a little bit creative. And these are, I want to say these are 4 by 6 inches. Look at the detail. Let me get my light. Hold on one second. Look at the fun detail on that. You have to kind of be there. It's some dark purples and some dark blues with the black. It's kind of cool. So if you get a chance and there's a paint pour class in your area, do it. Hey, Hey babe, can you hand me my internet connection? I'm watching this internet thing go bananas for whatever reason. No, I'm gonna set him down. I don't know. I just kept him around. It's not a her because I didn't put a hat or a little bow or nothing on there. So cute. Slide it. If you lift up that particular, oh yeah. Yeah, plug that in because the internet keeps acting up. I'm so glad to have my assistant here this morning, you guys. There's some of these things you don't know until you go live. Most of the time it's fine. Let's see. Hopefully that'll be the last time it's popping on and off. And also, can you check the heat? I don't think it'll turn on, but if you could drop, I think it's off. I think if you can drop that temperature down, we should be good. Now, got my paint. What in the world have you been doing? Thank you. Did you have some wins and some losses this week? I did. And the internet is still, I don't know if it's something in our, I am plugged up. Will you go and make sure it is actually plugged into the router? I don't see a green light here. So it's doing the same thing. Just go and follow that line to the router as I open up this paint. Are you working with watercolor? Are you working with colored pencils? Are you working with crayons? Just be creative. And then once you kind of figure out, you know what, I do want to learn more about watercolor, then go get you some. Dollar Tree has some. Eventually, I don't have a green light here. Where is there a disconnect? You see, it doesn't show that it's on. Is there like a power button? Unplug that and plug it back in. Because normally there's like a green light or something. Maybe not. Okay. But like I said, the internet is still, I'm getting bands that are not full and it just keeps popping back and forth. So I don't know what kind of quality video we're going to have. All right. We are going to make sure that we're going to edit out all of this foolishness and get on down to it. What do you have? You plugged it in again? Because see where that DC is? I think there should be a green light coming through there, but there is not. So I don't know. Y'all, I don't know. We're going to keep moving forward as though there are no technical difficulties at all. Okay, so I'm going to greet you again for real. Okay, we're going to act like everything is the way it's supposed to be. And it is 9:15. Hopefully all the notifications have gone out and we are officially ready. Hi, good morning. Bernaid Flournoy here, art teacher by day, portrait painter by night, and paint party instructor on the weekends. I'm popping in to do a quick little elegant lady, and boom, here she is. This is an 8x10 canvas. I also have the 11x14 canvas board, and I do believe that I am going to offer the 8x10. I'm going to offer the 8x10 canvas board for $10. That'll be canvas only, no paint. So I can ship the paints as a kit, and I do believe I have that on my website. I'm not sure. Double check my website. But for right now, the offer will be an 8x10 canvas board that I can quickly throw in a mailer and get that to you just in time for Mother's Day. All right, so I've got this light. I guess it's going to be a partner along with my camera here online. How are you doing? email me, let me know, because it may have been one of those weeks and we understand. Or you may have had lots of wins this week. I had a couple L's and a couple of wins, so I'm grateful. All of it is just part of life. So we keep on moving. I want to make sure my microphone is picking up all of my shenanigans over here. This is Bernade. Get your art supplies and let's go. Thank you for the ones that joined me right at the beginning of the broadcast. If you are joining me and you're doing the replay, make sure you fast forward. And if you are on YouTube or some other channel that allows you to do the faster, y'all, because I'm looking for my water. It should be right here. You're doing the something that allows you to do the faster speed. So I've got my little water right here. I'm going to turn on my paint cam. I hope that the light is better. Okay, come on, paint cam. All right, paint cam says that it is ready. And let's go. All right, here we are. We're right here. We've got everything that we need here. We've got our napkins. Okay, we've got a couple sizes of brushes. Usually I don't include this one in the kit. Just this is what I include in the kit. These two right here. This is a 1/4 inch flat, and this is like either a 0 or number 1 round. So I like to put those two in the kit. And I'm going to say these are kind of heavy duty for like one use, but you can get a couple of uses out of them. It just, the hair won't be like this. It'll start to be like, so this is like a full silk press. And then after maybe like the 3rd time, or even that 1st time, if you're working it out a lot, it'll be like a Afro lady. And there's nothing wrong with it. It just won't have that fine control. Now, I've got my paint open. Okay. I've got my little water. I've got my napkins. And I've got my mixing plate if I need it. So, are you ready? What are you painting? I wish I could elevate this up just a little bit. And then I would need to adjust my light some kind of way. Y'all, eventually this stuff is all going to work out. And you know what? I do have something I can elevate it up a little bit without too much interference with the camera. Now, I am going to hit it. Don't want to. Y'all, this is what this light is. It's just grayed out. Let me turn the overhead and see if it's any better. All right, let's see if that made it any better. Hopefully. Okay, so I still have my water and everything. This is going to be a little bit awkward to paint, but we want it to be a good visual experience. All right, I think this will be okay. Let me move this up. Now I can't even see my paint. I can't even see. Let's see if we can get this better. I'm going to angle this down here. I can't see nothing, y'all. Look at here. You won't even be able to see either. So, you know what? The show must go on. We're going to keep on moving, y'all. So I'm going to put these paints over here so I can see them, okay? And I'm almost sitting on top of this other light, but we're good. Let me move. Okay, good. If I move this forward a little bit, then that's better. So at least you can see part of this process. Man, I wish I could get this light right here though, y'all. I can't hold it. Let me see if I can get this one here. Honey, I tell you, all of these shenanigans, and I already need to edit. Let's see if this is going to be any better, but I can't angle it down though. Let's see if we can drop this down and see if this will be any better. Is this any better? It is. I'm going to have to dangle it from the sky some kind of way because I can't sit here and hold this and paint too. So without it, it's one thing, and with it, it's another. So, hey, what are we doing? Let's go ahead and get rid of this light. All right. Well, we tried it unsuccessfully, but we did try. So I am going to go ahead with my brush. I'm just going to add just a little bit of water here. I think for this one, I'm going to keep the background just simple and white. And yeah, we're going to mix up a little bit of skin tone here. Let me wet my other brush. Let me move this paint out of the way. I won't need that. Now, for ease, you can always just go and get a brown or your skin tone, whatever that is. It's easy to mix. I'll do a little quick sample tomorrow. Well, I'll explain, but for right now, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little bit right here on my plate, make a little bit of orange, and then get just a smidge of black. This will give me the brown that I need. Now that's a quick, fast brown. Okay, you see that? I'm just going to get a smidge of white. Okay. And the good thing about this is that it is a little bit transparent, so I can still see my little guidelines up in there. And I'm just going to go ahead and take full advantage of it. Okay. Let me get a little bit of water on my brush, just a smidge, just to move it around a little bit. But I forgot, I do have some more that I need to mix. Down here, I forgot this is not just part of the shirt. This is actually part of the skin. So let me go back and mix up some more. A little smidge of yellow, a little bit of red to make orange, and just a little bit of black. I'm hoping you're seeing that right there. Okay, not a lot of black. Okay, just a smidge. Okay, here we go. All right. It's a system, right? It's a thing. Let me get a little bit more water on here. I'm going to add just a smidge of white just to help move this along quickly. Let me go back and get a little bit more. Now, I probably would get the larger brush. I'm going to go along this edge right here. And I am just going to move this along very quickly. I just got like a brush full of water, put it right in the middle of where the paint was, mixed it up, and now I'm just spreading it. Now, I might not be doing this the conventional way because this is for the camera. Let me make sure I'm going right here, like this is my container of paint. Now, I like this technique too. Let me get some paint on here. Let me go get a little bit more water because I think I have enough paint to make what I'm doing work. Okay, so you remember last week I told you to squeeze out a little bit of medium in there so it's not just straight paint. So I'm just going to squeeze out just a smidge like I told you. I better put it right here on this plate because it doesn't look like it's going to come out quite right. I am going to go ahead and add some of this in here, and it not only helps bind it like a glue, kind of extends it a little bit as well. So here we are. And I feel real confident that this paint is not going to chip off or rub off simply because I've added that matte medium. Once again, it acts like a glue. And I'm going to go up here where I was originally. I am squeezing out this paint along that edge. So this is the hardest part, guys. A lot of people don't want to do faces, but we're just getting that part right on out of the way, right away. Boom, 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 boom. And then we can go back and add some shading and some shadowing as we need it. So now I have it on there and I'm just smoothing it out. Like I've told you in the past, get it on there and then get it on up out of there. This kind of feels like watercolor a little bit over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do, where did I squeeze it out? Honey, this little paint is drying up real fast. Let me go ahead and spread, let me smooth this part out. You know, like I tell you to do. Let me make sure we got all of this. Now this can dry, and then look up here on this ear. There's a little bit. Okay. All right, so this can dry, and I think I'm going to go right along that edge right here. Now, if you want, you can get your little Q-tip. I like to wet it where it's a little bit damp. And I'm just going to go right here on the nose. I'm going to go right here on this mouth right here. I'm going to go right here along this top part, just to lift off a little bit of that paint. Go right on over here along this top part right here, kind of like the clavicle bone or whatever that is. So I'm just kind of doing a little bit of shading right here, right? Let me go ahead and get this cheekbone. I'm going to wet it again. Wet it and dab it like it's a brush. I'm going to go ahead and pop that cheekbone out. That might be a little bit too much. Okay. So now let me make sure I zoom in so that you can see. Look and see what I've done. Just a little bit of blending and shading before it dries. And I'm okay with that. We're going to add us a little black up here, and we're going to keep this moving. Let me make sure it's in the right spot. Okay. Just for editing purposes, right? Okay. I am dipping in, and I'm just going to go right on here. Okay. Ooh, I've got water in my brush. What happens? I dab that out immediately. You want to make sure you just want some straight paint right here. All right. So we're getting this little lash business together right here. And I'm just going to add just a little bit of this black right along the corners right here. I'm going to go in and catch a little bit of that ear right there. Catch a little bit of this side part right here. And just right up underneath this brim. All right, y'all. So I think I'm okay now with whatever else I need to do with the skin. Catching just a smidge right here. Now, my guidelines just happen to be blue. Sometimes it'll be a little bit gray. Sometimes it'll be a little bit blue. It's just some guidelines to help you. Now, if you don't want them, you might want to take a little bit of the white and thin it down a little bit and just kind of maybe rub it down so it's not so apparent. But I want to show you a way. Look at there. Okay, I need a little bit more black, y'all. Excuse me. Let me get just a little bit more. Let me wipe that off. And I'm just going to go right here. Let me get real close so you can see. Okay, I'm going right here, up underneath, and I'm just pulling it out like it is a lash, y'all. I'm so close to this camera till it's ridiculous. But I want you to see. All right, I want you to see that. Okay, so I've still got a little bit of black on here, and I'm just using it to shade back up over here. Right up underneath this hat. All right, so all of that's going to help bring this to life. So the hard part is over. And look at there, you were scared about doing a face. We're not going to be scared around here. Okay, let me check. Let me check the comments and everything. Let me make sure that is cool. Let me check and see if we have any, because I just did a quick live and I didn't know anybody was commenting. Oh, because I didn't make a comment first. Elegant and easy. Now, I probably should share my screen to see if this is on the website. It may be. I don't even remember. This is how bad this is, y'all. I can't even remember. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, let me hit Finder, and I'm going to look for my reference for this. So beautiful. Okay, I'm going to open up my reference right quick. And of course, you do get a reference. Okay, so now my computer's taking off, acting ugly. Did I print out one? I print out some for the last paint party that I did. So they did have something to refer to, but usually people have their own ideas. Some do not, and they need just a little bit of a reference. And that's me. If I can see it just a little bit, then I've got a pretty good idea of what I can do. I'm just adding a little bit of water, not a lot. Now, of course, you can paint this any color that you'd like. The Easter season, usually it's something a little bit lighter and more pastel-y. But, you know, we're just going to say we're going out or going out to the church house, right? We're going out to the church. Y'all, I'm trying to make sure this computer is not falling off, but I'm trying to make sure it's close enough so that you get a full benefit of having that split screen. Y'all, these sinuses are just a fool. So I'm just going to go in here with my straight black, y'all. I'm just going in here and I'm going to dab it around a little bit. And I'm not going to dab it all over because I don't think I'll get there fast enough. But I'm going to go ahead and get just a little smidge of water. Now, black is super strong. It will be right here. Okay. So I'm not really worried about this coming off the canvas. It's a good staining pigment. All right. So we're going back up in here. And I may still do that wet on wet technique because it's fast. Okay, let me get a little bit more black. Okay, I want to make sure we're not moving anything. We're not bumping the table because that makes for a bad viewing situation. All right. I didn't even bring my glasses. Ooh, we're going to go right along this edge. Remember, I try to pick up a little bit of paint and I try to drag it so that I am in control, kind of like a push broom, so to speak. I'm going to pick up some of this paint right here, and then I'm going to make all that cute here in a minute. Picking up some more paint, dragging it near that edge, so I'm in full control, even without my glasses, y'all. And you could paint the background, and if you If you want it white, you could paint it white. You could leave it white. And then I would suggest, excuse me, y'all. I would suggest putting a matte medium over the top. Now, I'm going back in here and I'm kind of mixing up with what I have, smoothing it out, but I'm also trying to get some of that paint to go along this edge. And you see I'm kind of building up to it. I'm smoothing this part out. We're going to go up here. We're going to handle all of this too here in a minute. Now, if it's you're like, Bernade, okay, I understand, but I want it to be solid. Get that on there. Live with it. And I'm hitting that camera. Guys, I'm real close to this camera. So please forgive me, because I almost need to shave down this brush. So I have like a little golf pencil. Okay. Oop, there we go again, y'all. I'm so close to it. Oop, look. Let me try to angle it down like this so we can have a better experience. Let me pick up some of this paint. Come real close to this edge. Because I don't want a scraggly edge. I want it to be solid. There we go. And once again, I don't want to see any of my guideline. So I want that to be solid. So you saw we added a little bit more black. And so it's a little bit more solid right now, which is cool. Now we're going to just go on and add straight black over here. Near this edge. Because it still has some water. Okay, let me go over here near this edge. Let me pick up some paint. I'm going real close to this edge without my glasses, y'all. And if you go outside of the line, so to speak, not a problem. Make sure you have some paper towel, maybe a baby wipe or something right there so you can go ahead and pick that up real fast. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go in here with a nice clean brush, and I am going to go along this edge. Clean. Clean. This is going to give me like a grayed out tone a little bit right here. Clean it. Clean it. I'm going right on back up over here. I'm cleaning it. And you have to do this pretty much right away in order to get this kind of effect. Because I'm going to pop it with some white here in a minute. So now I just put down probably a little bit too much water. So all I'm doing is just mopping it up. I'm soaking it up. Okay. I'm just going to come along right here. Going up. Now I could just mix up some gray, right? But why? When this black will do. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and paint the top part of the hat. Like I said, we'll come back and we'll pop that with a little bit of white. So I'm just going right on in with the black. I'm going to get just a smidge of water. Oh boy, that's too much. But we're going to go along these edges. Got lots of paint. Remember, I like to capture the paint and pull it along. That gives me the best control. That's what I like to do. I don't know how you like to do that, but that gives me the best control. Now you can make this ribbon any color you want. Right now, I'm just concerned about this edge, y'all. I just want that edge to be solid. Okay, now I'm happy with that edge. I'm going to stand up and take some of this paint, drag it along that edge. Now I'm painting with my left hand, y'all, because I just want that edge control right here. I'm pressing in to the canvas. and using that as like my guideline. All right. So I've got like a little teeny tiny point right here that I'm going to go in and touch up. I just couldn't do that with the larger brush. Now I want more paint. So I'm going to add a little bit more right now while it's all wet. So it's not so splotchy. But if you like that kind of splotchy watercolor look, then that's a different style. That's all the way perfectly fine. I am going to just go right over this ribbon line right here. So it's one way that we could do. Let me put this down right quick. I might get the hair dryer. Let me see. Hold on one second. All right, that hair dryer really does move things along. Now let me bring the light over and bring it up close so you can see it's pretty matte, but there's still some splotchiness to it. So you might want that second coat. So if during a paint party event they tell you to go to the dryer so you can do a second coat, be obedient. Go do it because you'll enjoy the outcome later. I don't mind it so much. I really can't see a whole bunch of splotchiness, but I am going to take my own advice and do a quick second coat right here. Okay, just a little bit because I could just see some of those lines just to smooth it out just a little bit. And then I think we're going to stop for today. And I'm not even going to say when we're coming on next. I want to, the last couple of weeks, you just get busy. And then it was holiday weekend last week. So I did just enjoy it a little bit. What did you do? I don't know what everybody is doing. I don't know where everybody is. So I am just blending this part out right here. And guess what? I know I'm going to be happier with it because it's a second coat. It's a second coat. Let's see. Let me get my other brush. I'm going to dab a little water. And then I'm going to come along this edge right here. It's a second coat, y'all. Now, I have this right on the edge. Yours I won't have right on the edge. I'll have it over a little bit more. All right. So this, I don't mind painting this one because this was, what do you call it, production error. But we are frugal over here and we don't let things go to waste. So this is solid black right along this face. And remember that we are painting on canvas. So you got to allow for a little bit of that texture. And this is why you see me kind of dip in the water a little bit because I want it to penetrate. I think we're going to stop right here, y'all. That's the biggest part. Even if I don't come back, you got the biggest part right here. The rest of it is super duper easy. What is this? Just, okay, well, you know what? Let me hurry up. Let me hurry up. I might be able to go a little bit further than what I thought. I'm dipping in with just a little bit of water just to quickly move this part along. Right here. We're going to pop that earring out, if nothing else. Let me get just a little bit more paint. Now, I don't know what you're creating today. I hope it's something fun and wonderful. All right, just trying to make sure this is round. Okay, making sure up underneath that hat. Okay, we're trying to make sure we go all the way out to the edge. And this is that tip. Make sure you're covering up those little edges because everybody don't need to know. All right. Everybody don't even need to know how you got started with it. They just need to know the final outcome. Okay. So there we are. And I'm still looking at this eyelash. This eyelash still need a little Need just a little darkness to it. All right, let's see. Let's hope that got it this time. All right, let's make sure it's solid and colored in. All right, I am going to go right back to the corners. Ooh, am I? Coffee hands. Ooh, go right back to the corners. All right, so that when I do add my color, it's just going to pop on up out of there. Honey, because it's coming up on summertime. It could be a nice white frock. Let me outline. Let's see, I just got rid of my good stuff. Let me outline. Let me add a little bit of black to my little mixing plate. Go in with a little bit of water. I still got a little bit of a mixing medium. Paint medium there. Now, I was about to go in here and do something. Oh, around this edge. Okay. Along this edge right here. All right. Let me get a little bit more black. Because sometimes I have to find that edge. That's a harsh line right there, but we can go back and clean that up with a little bit of white. But I want to make sure that we are going over that edge. And once again, like I say, I like to push that paint out. Let me show you. Now, some of this is still wet, so it's a little bit shiny. Show you that you're getting there. So we are actually illustrating using acrylic paint, but kind of in a watercolor technique. Okay, so there we go. I am not upset with this. Do I want to? I think I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead with lots of water, y'all. Why not? This will be fast. Okay, let me stand up so I can see it. I'm gonna try not to hit this camera so much. But because I am doing this watercolor technique, I am going to go ahead and get this matte medium. Like I keep telling you, make sure that if you're using a lot of water, you still need to make sure your paint is going to adhere. And I'm just going to squeeze out a little bit on my plate, y'all. And I hate to waste it. I need to just get a container. This is Daler Rowney. But anything that has to do with the medium, they come in the gloss. But I like to use the matte because then I can see what things actually look like. And if I want to put a gloss finish over everything, then I can do that later. Now I've got some of that gloss medium, and I'm just going to call it glue for better. I'm going to call it a little bit of glue, and all I'm doing is mixing all of this in here and spreading this all out. Okay, that's all I'm doing right now. Spreading all of this all the way out. Let me get close to my little lines right there. Okay, now I'll have to go back and touch that up with a little bit of, and I'm going right over here to my edges. Now, you know I like for you to paint the edges and the sides and everything. But for this right here, I'm going to dab in just a smidge more water just to get to the edges over here. Okay, so I've got everything I need. Now I'm going to get like a little folded piece of paper towel. Boy, there's a lot of water on here, y'all. But we're in control of it. We're just going to go ahead and make sure everything has, trying to get some paint to push near these edges. Child, you know I don't want to stop. All right, so I'm okay with this being like the first coat. Then, as I say, I would hit the hair dryer, and I know somebody about to come in here and tell me it's time to go. I know it. I know they are. So watch out for it, because I know my welding worker's going. I already hear him. Already like an old man. You know, already like a little old man. Trying to boss people around. All right. So here we are. We kind of I'm getting a little piece of paper towel up underneath here, y'all. Okay. Now you could do this with a little Q-tip. Q-tip, you know what I'm saying? Q. So I'm wetting it. And then I'm just about to go in here and pick out some of the stuff that I know. Okay. Look at that. And then you can go back in and do another little layer if need be. I'm going to go back and get a little bit of black on just the corner. I guess I didn't. Let me pick some black up, put it on just the corner, and I'm going to go right on. Oh, well, I need some black. I guess it has a lot of water in there. Let me get just a little more smidge of black because I want to make sure I'm in control. I'm going up in here. Okay. Okay. Just to make sure that that's darker. Right over here. Make sure that that's darker. All right. Let me get this smaller brush, y'all, because the bigger one, I don't want to make a mistake. Who is it? Oh, Lord Jesus. Hold on, y'all. Y'all, I'm live, okay? Hold on, let me mute this. Hold on 1 second, y'all. It's Saturday morning. Hold on, y'all. We're trying to get stuff done over here too. All right, let's check in. Ooh, that black line. That's doing it for me, y'all. Okay. So I'm okay with this, y'all. I'm gonna get on off of here, I think, for today. And this is still under an hour. This is a good. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, y'all, I'm so sorry. I have put my hands inside of the medium. Matter of fact, let me drag some of that over here into my black. So I'm just gonna go ahead and uh, go on in here and outline a little bit. Okay, but I make sure I got my black. Okay. And then we're gonna call it a day. We might do part two if we add a little bit more glitter or something on here, but safe to say that part one, I think, went well. And you can do this any number of ways, right? Whatever color you like. Now, I still need to figure out what I'm going to do with this area right here. But I think we're going to call this a day. Okay. Just adding like a little bit of darkness here. Whoops. And I did not paint along the edges. So maybe part two might be just cleaning it up a little bit. All right. Let me just take this, dab this out just a little bit. Okay. So this isn't such a harsh edge right here, maybe. I don't know what we're doing, but we're just trying out some stuff. Okay, so it's not such a harsh edge. Add a little bit more paint over on some of these areas, but it's just something to do. All right. So the necklace, I would definitely come back in and do something with. Let me clean up my brush a little bit. I'm going to go on in here with a little bit of white. Since we're still up underneath an hour, I think we got a lot done. So I am going to go in. I'm going to grab up some of this white, just a little smidge. You see, it's not a lot of paint. Not a lot. And I'm just going to put it on my plate. I'm going to go in and get a little bit of that mixing medium and just a dot of water, just so I can thin the consistency out so that I can spread it right here. All right. Going to go back to my reference photo and boom, right here. Now I said boom. I probably need to get me some of those Posca pens that the people are talking about out here in these streets that they love. I've never tried them. I need to try it. So I am flattening out my brush, pushing some of that paint out, and I'm going to use it like a line right here. It's easier said than done, but we're going to do it. Boom, boom. Because it's not like a big highlight area. Just a little smidge. All right, so we got a little bit going on right there. I'm okay with that. So yeah, I would come back, maybe even make the bodice maybe a little bit darker, kind of like the light gray here. But I'm okay with this. I am okay with this. So we're gonna get on off of here. I'm not gonna say I'm popping back on later today because I don't know. My body and my mind, I'm tired and fighting these allergies and whatnot. I know I will be going live tomorrow. with the people that have signed up for my class. And yeah, this, y'all, this, this, this right here. This is cool. So for part one, I think this is pretty okay. I will probably come back with maybe a little bit more brown, just to alter it just a little bit, and then maybe smooth out, because this is just kind of gray. Like I said, I just did the balled up technique and just dabbed a little bit, but I'm okay. I'm happy with it. It's turning out just fine compared to what we started off with. Let me hold this up right here. Let me see if I can come in. Now, this is 11 by 14. Let me back this slide up. This is 11 by 14. Let me see if I can hold it the right way, get my YouTube shot. 11 by 14. And the canvas that we painted today is actually 8 by 10. Oh, snazzy snaz. All right. We are out of here today. Peace to you. Have an amazing rest of your day. Catch us when you catch us. But usually Saturdays, anywhere from 8 to 10. I don't know. It sometimes depends on what I have going on that day. I like to come on early, but I know everybody's not going to be up watching. And so that gave me pause. And so I started to come on a little bit later. But some days it is what it is. I got to come on early, or either early or not at all. Last Saturday. Anyway, hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks for joining. This is Brene Flanoy, art teacher by day, portrait painter by night, paint party instructor. Hire me. Graduation season, prom season, bridal season, family reunion, end of the school year, blink, blink, blink. So any occasion, you need your co-workers. Y'all just need to hang out a little bit. It could be, I'll come if they're 10 or more. Less than 10, I would say get the art kits and kind of go for what you need to, because I try to keep it very simple. Visit your inner kindergartner, grab a few art kits and have a good time. But if you need me to come, if it's just you one-on-one, probably expect to pay at least $150 just for that one person. But no, get a group of folks. I can send you what you need. I can ship it to you. Just don't do it like the day before. Even if you're local, please give me at least a week. Even if you're local, give me at least a week, because it takes some time to get some of the materials. But 2 weeks, a 2-week window is good. But if you're doing a really large gathering, at least give me 2 months. Give me 2 months to at least a month out, so that I can make sure I have everything that you need. We want to make sure we serve you well, and we want your guests to be entertained and have a good time. So I love to show up and show out with your people, and let them have an inspired good time. But you'd be surprised. A good time isn't always rah, 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 big dancing. Sometimes it's just this. Just that repetitive motion with the brush, knowing that you're visiting your inner kindergartner and you're letting them run out. So have a good time. Let me stop the split screen. I am so glad that we have these options. And let me make sure that we're in the whole camera. And let me look at the camera and point. Let me make sure the painted pose is also out there too. Blink, blink, blink. Awesome. Signing off. Have an amazing rest of your day. Get on my email list, paintedpose.com/download, so that you know when things like this are available. Now, the download for spring is this tracer that you can use for your personal use, not commercial use. We're working on getting some things that, if you're a creative business owner, you can download and sell. Hopefully, I'm going to say maybe by July. Give me a month to be out of school. Now you see I'm trying to twist it. What are we trying to do? There we go. Oh, that's so much better, isn't it? Signing off for like the 8th time. We're out of here this time. Peace to you. Bye-bye. And I'm not doing an outro today.